Today I'll be teaching you how to draw the correct Lewis structure for NO3 with a -1 charge. So I'm going to use the Vesper theory to find out. So first, nitrogen has 5 valence electrons, and oxygen has 6 valence electrons. Now, I'm going to find the total amount of valence electrons. So that's going to be 5 plus 6, but note that there's 3 of them. So now there's a tricky part. First of all, the number of valence electrons should be even. However, when you add this up, this is 23. So there's something wrong with this. This is where the -1 charge comes in. Now, rather than subtracting, most people will make this mistake of subtracting 1 because they think it's a -1 charge. But that's wrong. We're supposed to add 1. The reason why is note that VE stands for valence electrons. Since it's 1 minus, it's an extra 1. If it was 1 plus, you would be subtracting. Anyways, we add the numbers together and we get 24 total valence electrons. Next, I'm going to find the total. Since both nitrogen and oxygen are both past period 3, their total is best to be 8. So 8 plus 8 times 3 is going to be 32. I'm going to do 32 minus 24 divided by 2. That's going to be 8 divided by 2 is 4 bonds in total. I'm going to also leave some space for the final drawing. So next, the reason why there's 4 bonds is note that a line has two dots on it. So divide by 2. Next step, I know that nitrogen's in the center. So next, because it's less electronegative. So first I'm going to draw 3 bonds. Now, you might be noticing a problem. I said that there was going to be 4 bonds in the dot. Okay, I'm going to draw here. So there's a problem here. You might say, well, there's 4 bonds, which is true. So I'm going to draw one line here. But it doesn't really matter. You can do it here. You can also do it here. It doesn't really matter as long as you put the double bond. But we're not done yet. Because originally, this is my way of doing this. Originally, nitrogen is supposed. So first, I'm going to draw in brackets 1 minus because it's a 1 minus charge. But there's something different about it. The difference part is most people would add a dot here, which would make no sense because nitrogen has 5 valence electrons. But when it's a -1, it would have 4, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. Second of all, oxygen now only has 4 left because originally has 6. And this ones have 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So our final drawing is going to be this drawing here. There are 6 dots on this oxygen atom. The Lewis structure is officially complete. The things that you should always remember here is that when you have a -1 charge, you should always be adding 1 valence electrons. If it's positive, you should subtract. Second of all, you should find the total amount. If it's before period 3, it should be 2, not 8. But in this case, NO3, both nitrogen and oxygen, both have total valence of 8. Third of all, you have to do the bonds and know how many bonds you have in total. In this case, there's 4. And which made this a special case of having a -1 charge. Thank you, and I think you'll see other videos of mine in the top left corner. Thank you.